my friend, is blowing in the wind.
Oh, wait, I know that. That's, it's,
Dylan, man, Bob Dylan.
Yeah, too bad you can't play one of his songs.
Oh, give me some slack, man. I just started taking lessons. But someday, I'm gonna be just like Bob Dylan. He's a poet, man.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, how all that pop music today is totally square, man. Doesn't mean anything, you know what I mean?
Why don't I just say yes so you can continue?
But then Dylan came along, and all his songs are about something, man. Like all the bummers in society today, like war and poverty, social injustice. I'm learning to play Blowing in the Wind, which is like an anthem of the civil rights movement right now.
Yeah, that's good. All right, that's enough of that. So what you're saying, there's lots of this kind of music happening now?
Oh, like the title of Dylan's new album says, the times they are a-changing.
Oh, yeah.
Folk music's where it's at, man. Peter, Paul, and Mary, Joan Baez, Dylan, you know, real musicians with something to say.
Well, tell me, what would you like to say?
Oh, I want to say, could you loan me bus fare to New York City? That's where the big folk scene is right now, at the coffee houses in Greenwich Village.
I'm sorry, I'm a little strapped for cash right now, you know?
Bum. Well, a hard rain's gonna fall.
Okay. All right, well, good luck, guys. Good luck in getting that kid through all that noise. All right, guys. Where in time has Madiva taken La Marseillaise? Is it the 1940s, the 1960s, or the 1970s? Remembering the clues we just heard. Bob Dylan writes folk songs of protest in midst of civil rights movement, and Dylan's album, The Times They Are A-Changin', is released. Everybody in? Great. Carla, what did you say?
1960s.
Okay, Joelle?
1960s.
And Logan?
I said the 1970s.
All right, correct answer is the 1960s. That's 10 points for Carla and Joelle. You know, that was early in Bob Dylan's career, and he went on to become one of the most influential musicians ever. But his career may never happen if we don't save the history of protest songs. So let's keep moving. Bridge to engine crew. Let's warp to the 1960s.
Copperfield, try that.
We're in big trouble, guys! Madiva's done something to the ship! Engine room report!
The engine room's been transformed into a ticker tape parade.
Better do a data boost. All right, pilots, let's help them out. We made it to 1964, but we've got to do a data boost. So time, pilots, I'll name two historical figures. Your job, buzz in and tell me whether they were born in the same year or 50 years apart. Okay? Remember, same year or 50 years, 50 years apart. Here we go. Walt Disney and anthropologist Margaret Mead. Going to Joelle.
50 years apart?
No, I'm sorry, it's the same year. They were both born in 1901. Sir Winston Churchill and magician Harry Houdini. This time to Logan.
50 years apart?
No, I'm sorry, it's the same year. Again, both born in 1874. Author F. Scott Fitzgerald and tycoon Donald Trump. This time to Joelle.
50 years apart?
Yes. Fitzgerald in 1896, Trump in 1946. Albert Einstein and Martin Luther King. Joelle. Yes, 50 years apart. Einstein in 1879 and King in 1929. Racing car builder Enzo Ferrari and Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. Going to Logan.
50 years apart?
Yes, 50 years apart. Ferrari in 1898 and Thomas in 1948. All right. And just a reminder, I'm going to help you out here, that all our data has been verified by Encyclopedia Britannica. Question now is, where has Madiva taken La Marseillaise? Because one time... Pilots! That alert means we've got a nanoprobe intercept coming from Vile headquarters. Watch the view screen.
It began in the 60s, a kind of music puree. Jamaican sounds met R&B, producing reggae. Bob Marley and the Wailers were a #1 band. By the 70s, their fame spread to every land. Reggae's soothing rhythms made you want to relax. But there was talk of revolution on the vocal tracks. Bob Marley like redemption song, German, and more. But now, it's 1981, and this reggae's king's time on Earth is done. For the next million years, which is a witch's lifespan, the mighty Madiva will be a reggae fan.
I'm glad we paid extra for that feature. All right, guys, for 10 PowerPoints, tell me what other major musical event happened in the year where Madiva is hiding. Is it first stereo record sold, Beatles break up, or MTV premieres? Remember the clues we just heard. The year, 1981. Death of reggae star Bob Marley, and songs of protest that gave voice to Jamaica's poor. Carla, let's start off. What did you say?
MTV premieres.
Okay, Jewel?
MTV premieres.
And Logan?
MTV premieres.
Well, look at that. All three are correct. MTV premieres. 10 points for everybody. You know, on today's mission, pilots, protest songs have included a national anthem, religious hymns, and folk tunes, and even reggae. Singing out against injustice is a rich part of our history that we have to save. So it's time for us to make one final leap forward in time, and that means an ultimate data boost. Pilots, in an ultimate data boost, each correct answer gets you 10 PowerPoints. But if you're wrong, you lose 10. I'll read a quote. Your job, buzz in and tell me whether that quote comes from a protest song by Bob Dylan or the writings of William Shakespeare. Okay? Here goes. Where have you gone, my blue-eyed son? Going to Logan.
Bob Dylan.
Yes. From a hard rain's a gonna fall. Like Judas of old, you lie and deceive. Going to Jewel.
Shakespeare.
No, I'm sorry, it's Bob Dylan. From his war protest song, Masters of War. To be or not to be, that is the question. Going to Jewel.
Shakespeare.
Yes, very nice. From Shakespeare's play, Hamlet. How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Going to Logan.
Bob Dylan.
Yes, it is Bob Dylan, from Blowin' in the Wind. Beware the Ides of March. Going again to Logan.
Shakespeare.
Correct, it is Shakespeare, from Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar. Some of us are prisoners, the rest of us are guards. Going to Jewel.
Bob Dylan.
Correct, it is Bob Dylan, from his protest song George Jackson. Finally, where the people are many and their hands are all empty. Going to Jewel.
Bob Dylan.
Correct, it is Bob Dylan. Very nice. From a hard rain's a gonna fall. All right, guys, let's see what happened there. All right, Carla now has 125 PowerPoints. Jewel has 165, and Logan has 150, which means that Jewel and Logan are moving on to the next phase of this mission. But Carla, you did so good today. Here we go. Doing 5, and now the Chief's here to express her appreciation.
Eye of Lucy, ear of Ricky, that Madiva's mighty tricky. But here's a treat for the fine work you've done. A TimeNet mission pack that's coming your way. Crammed with great stuff like the Wear in Time watch, Chrono Skimmer cap, and Carmen Sandiego CD-ROMs. From all of us at TimeNet Command, congratulations.
Pilots, let's wave goodbye to Carla as she heads back to TimeNet Command. You guys ready for your next order from the Chief?
Yeah.
All right, Chief, we're ready.
Time pilots, the history of protest songs is at stake. Get to Jamaica in 1981 and take away La Marseillaise. Kevin, you're in command.
Aye, aye, Chief. Time pilots, full speed ahead to 1981. Look, Madiva's got La Marseillaise in his cybersphere. Activate the Luke's tractor beam.
I've still got a few spells left. Time pilots.
That's great, Madiva, but we've gotten back La Marseillaise and have it safely on board.